ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my segment on Wellness Watch. On this segment, I'm going to be talking about ideas, philosophies, things that I've picked up on, words that I've attached myself to over the past week, and things have really got me thinking. So, I'm going to use these moments to talk with you, the viewer, whoever you might be out there, about these certain concepts and ideas that have been going around in here, making me go a little bit crazy, but at the same time, I feel like I need to vocalize them, discuss, open up channels, and comment below and let me know what you think. This is all new to me, this YouTube thing. Anyway, guys, so the thing that I have been thinking about this week is love. Yeah, I do love to love. Oh, baby, I wanna feel you so close to me. But seriously, love. What a crazy thing it is. What an amazing thing it does to us. It kind of creates all these new sensations, all these new feelings. Some amazing, some negative. It has a power over us that I don't feel any other emotion really does. It can make us a little bit crazy, but at the same time it can make us ecstatic. So yeah, love. I've experienced love in many ways throughout my life. I love my mum very much. She's my best friend and my archangel. I love my friends who have become like brothers and sisters to me. I've loved my ex-partners throughout the years who I've all had, some of which have taught me a lot, some of which have maybe taken a lot, but at the same time I've done the same to them, so it's all relative. But now I'm at a crossroads of what do I feel like I want? How do I want to experience love next? So the first and foremost thing that's most important to me right now is self-love. And the importance of loving yourself. This is something that I struggled with for years. Really, really struggled with. I had depression, I had anxiety. I really didn't know how to look at myself in the mirror and to discover the appreciation I had for this being that I am, And, I went through life and I met lots of people around the world who showed me so much love, but because of the kind of person that I am, I couldn't feel it properly, because I didn't believe it from within. Now, this is a journey that I've been on for maybe the last 18 months now, and it's definitely been a growing experience about coming to terms with self-love. It started off with baby steps, creating space for myself. So for me, that happened through meditation, through doing massage, through yoga, and through the connection that I found and the power that enabled me to feel as a person. I think as well it came from me finding direction and purpose in my life, which again come through meditation and through me kind of sitting back and listening to my authentic self, which I think is a really important part of self-love, is to take a listen to that person within. What are the attributes that you feel you're most grateful for yourself to have? For me, I love being around people, I love healing people, I love listening to people, I love trying to help people along with their day-to-day life. So that's something that for me transcended quite nicely. But maybe you're good at sports, maybe you're good at math, maybe you're good at geometry. There's so many things that you might be good at. So listen to them, listen to that authentic self, listen to that intuitive self, and start making a list of those points of where you want to direct your life into. The next point that I think that I found when it comes to self-love as well was starting a relationship with self. So going out and having a coffee by myself, having a tea, having a moment where I just sat and just observed where I was, to try to be present and observed where everyone else was. I think that was a really beautiful moment to start that relationship on that journey. I think if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling like there's no one else who really understands you, you need to start to look within first. Create that relationship with yourself mostly. Loneliness is just a representation that you need to spend more time by yourself to find yourself more. And I really feel that's something that we miss in society. We always look for partners to kind of be the one who emphasizes what we need to be emphasized. But actually, that's the wrong way about being, I think. You know, everyone has their own perspective, but for me, it's about the process of going through the world by yourself and understanding that this path is by yourself. So becoming aware that the relationship that you build with yourself is the one which is most important. There's other parts of self-love which I think are really important as well. For instance, journaling is a really great thing. Wake up in the morning and write something down that you're proud of yourself for. Something that you've done in the day before, or something that you intend to do in the day coming. You know, write down a point. I smiled at that person on the tube. I'm going to go and give that person on the street a £5 note. Whatever it is that you want to do, or something that you feel grateful for yourself for doing, make a note of it, recognize it, honor it, you know, because at the end of the day, no one else might see it apart from you. So be proud, give yourself that hug that maybe you're looking for other people to give you. Give yourself that pat on the back that others might not. Start the process with you. Finally, I think it comes and builds slowly up to kind of being able to look inside, look in front of the mirror on a physical representation and see yourself, be proud of yourself, be proud for this person who's living, who's breathing, who's seeing. It doesn't matter what shape, size, colour, sex you are, just take it all in and appreciate the fact that you're one of 8 billion people on the planet. You are the pinnacle of evolution, whether that even exists, but you are the pinnacle of what we are as a species, filled with love, filled with light. You were harboured inside the womb for 9 months. What an incredible thing that is. Take it all in, build the journey. So that's self-love. We're going to just wrap that up and put it in the box for 1 second. It might be something that we kind of come back to in coming shows, but for right now, we're going to leave it right there. The second thing, which has been really kind of being on my mind as of date, is making space. Now, going back, I had a lot of relationships in the past where I never truly let go. And that's been a reflection in where I'm at right now with relationships, you know. Not letting go of people, not, you know, still being in love with the idea of relationships or friends that I've had in the past. The idea that we have to consistently create space is one that I think, again, we really forget to do for ourselves, you know. It's so important to create space in your heart for new friendships, for new lovers, for new partners, for new experiences. This is not an easy thing to do, and I think it's somewhat attached to the self-love. Once you work on yourself, you start to create that space which is required for you to move forward, but it is required. You need to have that space in order to let go and to bring new things into your life. Yoga, meditation, holistic health, diet, these are all things that can help clear out and create that harmony within your body. So look at what you're eating. Look at your exercise. Are you taking those moments for yourself? Are you going for a walk, a bike ride? Are you listening to the bees? Are you listening to the birds? You know, take that time to listen. Take off your shoes, go outside, connect back to the earth. You know, all of these things are going to help you slowly transcend, let go, release that energy, release that tension, and create that space and that dynamic for you to move forward in whatever aspect you want it to be. Love, career, discipline, and a whole nother topic. Use the time that you have for you. You do you. It's the most important thing in the world. You're not going to be good enough. Well, you might be good enough, but you're not going to be able to be the person you can be if you don't look after yourself first. It's not about being selfish, but it is about being selfless. It's about having those moments of selfishness where you recognize that this is your path and this is what you're doing. That doesn't mean that you don't have to give that person the last scoop of ice cream. That doesn't mean you have to kind of blind sign that person. But it's about remembering that coming first and putting yourself first is so important. Look after yourself first, and then you'll be able to help others. It's like when they have those emergency videos on an aeroplane, right? And they say, before you help the young one, put your mask on first. I've never been in that situation, let alone have kids, so I don't know how I would deal with that, but it's the same message. You can't help others if you're inhabilitated yourself.
Remember the messages that I'm telling you. They're very good for the soul. They feed the soul, you know. Yes, soul's good, so nice.
Third point. Love. Just remember the importance of smiling, guys. That's the way of the heart, signaling to the rest of the world that you love, that you have the ability to love. You know, if everyone just smiled at each other a little bit more, we wouldn't have half the problems that we have in the world. You know, take a deep breath. Things aren't that bad. Look around you. Look where you're at. It's a beautiful moment to be alive. It always has been. The air that we breathe, the trees, the greenery, the oceans, the sky. These are beautiful things on a very simplistic level, and you can go out and find those things no matter where you are in the world. It's just up to you to go out, recognize them, and instead of looking at them through any sort of blurred vision that we all do all the time, of course, go out there, and as hard as it might be, just smile at the trees. Smile at that person on the tube. Do whatever it is that you need to do to create that connection between yourself, nature, and people. As soon as you start putting out that positive love, it's going to come back in abundance. And people are going to see the way that you vibrate and want to be a part of that. Fourth message, I don't know if there is really a fourth message right now, because I don't know how I want to curate this. But what I do want to tell you is that I love every single person of you that has stepped up and watched this program so far. And I'm going to do more of just kind of, just discussing life when and wherever I feel like it. Because ultimately, these are conversations which I'm having with myself and I want to share with whoever's watching, all 12 of you. But I love you, I love myself, I love where I'm at, and thank you for all being a part of that. Even if we've never met or ever had a discussion, you're a part of the world, and therefore, you know what? Even if this isn't really reality, it's not. I love you. Namaste.